allow the two children to have the budget every year. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get it higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not they off in mind, oh yo yo.
Hello there.
Mayun làwa mọ̀ dodo. Mayun làwa mọ̀ dodo.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us from. This is Mayun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í tó níbẹ̀ o.
Again, dear Templars, I welcome you to another session or segment on Mayun's Diary Political in the Temple of Truth. Read the caption of this broadcast, the description of this broadcast, like it, which is your offering, share it, that is to invite your friends and not so friendly friends. Tell everybody that cares and those that didn't care as well, right? That's Mayun today. Thank you so much. Take your time again because we will be starting in another minute. And you need to get yourself in tune into what we will be talking about this evening. Again, if this is your first time on Mayun's Diary Political, Templars, look around you. If you see anybody that says, this is my first time, second time, I think we should welcome them. Tell everybody, Mayegun today. It's always the gist after gist. This platform is a platform that will continue to remind every one of us that care to listen, that pays attention, that Nigeria is irredeemable. As long as these rogues continue to be in charge, as long as these criminals are they are the one holding the lever of power, Nigeria is doomed. It is not a wish. It is a reality. If you're one of those who build things on wishes does not change anything or fix anything. Action does. With the criminals in charge of Nigeria, not only that the generation that exists now are doomed, even the ones that is coming after you are also doomed. So if you don't kill this contraption, it will kill all of us. Thank you. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are just tuning in tonight. This is Mayegun, the General Overseer of the Temple of Truth worldwide. You are welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, the drama that took place in Abuja yesterday, it's part of what should continue to remind us, right? What it is like to have the rogues who have captured Nigeria and captured the institutions that could possibly save this contraption or not. The Nigeria judiciary, the Nigerian police, all these institutions are compromised, no doubt. However, it is always very good to remind a lot of us to stop blaspheming against God. Nigeria is a place where people have so much faith over nothing. A lot of things that people are praying to God for are absolute nonsense, because you don't need to pray for good governance. You do not need to pray for a working system. All you have to do is to implement or enforce your own supposed laws. But how do you enforce it when those who are supposed to enforce your law are also criminals, compromised individuals, unpatriotic animals, those who will go after the normal citizens for flimsy reasons, but they will shield serious career criminals? I'm talking about criminals who have destroyed their lives and continue to destroy lives. Again, Nigeria is a place whereby people don't really hate crime. I have told you this before. Nigeria is a place where people doesn't really hate corruption. The only problem with people is that when people scream about corruption, when they scream about oppression, when they scream about all these vices, you might think all of them actually are against. No, they are not. Majority of Nigerians are screaming because they are not the ones benefiting from the rot. They are not the ones benefiting from the corruption. They are not the ones benefiting from the oppression. That is why the contraption called Nigeria is a place we called Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. In fact, when you meet the oppressed, a typically oppressed Nigerian today, he has hope. And do you know what hope is building? One day, the table will turn. And it too will be, it won't be at the receiving end. One day, God will change his situation. He will become the oppressor too. And then, because he is praying to become an oppressor too, he wouldn't want the oppression to stop. He wouldn't want the corruption to end. He wouldn't want none of this to actually stop per se. But within that space as well, we have those who genuinely want things to work. Unfortunately, these genuine ones are daily being forced to take the role or to take the path of defending their oppressors too, unfortunately. You know what is called the Stockholm Syndrome? Stockholm Syndrome is when the supposed oppressed begin to kind of love their oppressors. They blame themselves at some points. We have those that blame themselves and say, well, maybe it's our fault. In fact, I have seen Nigerians who have blamed themselves for the economic woes of the country. They couldn't blame the criminals. They said that, oh, Nigerians love imported goods. Nigerians love this and that. We're supposed to actually love our country. When those who are in charge of the country don't give a hoot about the contraption, they don't like the country, of course. You don't treat what you love like that. I've said that many times here. A few months ago, yes, Yeye Bello of Kogi, the white lion who has now become the black lizard that lives in the hole, in the past few months, it's been missing. Not that it's missing. It is because within a rotten system called Nigeria, there is a place of protection for people like him. If I say something they don't like, their DSS can track me within days. Oh, days can. Within hours, they will track me and find me. If I step my foot on that, unfortunate place, by the way, they will track me and find me, even if I'm living in a hole. But you see those criminals who have brought, total destruction to their people. They brought poverty. They brought destruction, like I said. These guys can live in hiding. In fact, they can be hiding in open space. And the entire system can pretend not to see them. Where they are kind of like they see them. There's also a protection for them from the supposed judiciary. Listen, usually, right? Institutions are those that saves country from tyranny, from state capture. But when you have a judiciary, when you have a policing system that is totally in bed with the unpatriotic animals parading themselves as your leaders. Take, for example, if you want to know those, the most fortunate and luckiest people, let me put it this way, the most fortunate and luckiest politicians in the whole world are Nigerian politicians. These guys get away with a lot. Unfortunately, they still kind of hate the country so much that they watch their people. I mean, Yeye Bello stole over 80 billion naira from Kogi. Kogi was supposed to be a very rich state, poorly managed, squandered, and the people totally battered, brutalized, mentally tortured. It has become, like I said, Stockholm syndrome. It has become something that a lot of them possibly feels like, rather than fight their oppressors, they should pray for them. But if you confront them, you will be considered an enemy. People like me, people like myself are considered as enemies of Nigeria. I'm not an enemy of Nigeria, of course. I've not done anything wrong to that place, right? But you see those who have been oppressed for far too long, who have now become so used to their oppressors, they see people like me as troublemakers. To them, Nigeria is a peaceful place. People like us are the ones who are trying to cause problems. I mean, where do you get that from? Only from those who are suffering from the Stockholm syndrome. Somebody stole over 80 billion. That's what they found. This guy denied the Kogi children. He denied them education. The ones that are here and the ones yet unborn. But he was able to pay in advance 10 years tuition for his own child that is still in a primary school. They've paid for the secondary, university education, for a child that nobody knows is going to probably live that long. Well, maybe he will. However, this is how cold-hearted they are. People are living from hand to mouth. For those who can live from hand to mouth, others are actually eating grass. And they are the same people that will tell you, you want to cause trouble, you want to cause problem. So, if you say something they don't like, they have a secret police. It is called the DSS, Dokwemu Stupid Service. Their job is not to protect the country. It is not to defend the country. It is to defend those who have captured the country. And then when you see the other thing that the enslaved Nigerians enjoy is to see their oppressors fight so that they can take sides. They can choose sides and see who is going to win and who is not going to win. Why they are using their lives to play Ludo Kalu right before their very eyes, right? Yeye Bello stole over 80 billion naira and he enjoyed immunity. Surprisingly, immunity expired. But he did something to safeguard himself. He ensured that his own stooge, Olodo of Kogi, to replace him as his own successor. His job was to ensure that even if they come for him and they need evidence of the loot or the looting of Kogi State. Olodo will back him. Olodo will defend him. Exactly what he's been doing. Baba, Yeye Bello handed over to Olodo a few months ago. And he disappeared. EFCC declared him wanted. They wanted him to answer questions because they found some of the money he stole, where he put them and all that, right? In fact, the school he paid over $1 million to for his own child, a child that is yet to kind of finish kindergarten. They've paid in advance up to university level. The school said they will refund the money. Kogi children, majority of them are out of school children. I mean, poor, very, very poor. Their parents, wretched. But they do pray for their black lizard, I mean a white lion, who ended up living in a hole, right? So he was declared wanted since he won't honor the invitation of the anti-graft agency, EFCC. That one too is like, I mean, an attack doggo, non-reliable. But at least they brought this to the public. Yeye Bello, the coward, he ran away. Well, he didn't run away. He abandoned his all his properties that he used the Kogi State money to build. I'm talking about a wretched guy. If you know the story of how this guy became governor of Kogi State, I'm talking about somebody who is not different from all these social media sellers, you know, all these political jobbers on social media. It was not different from them. But fortune smiled on him when the APC, I mean the ACN governorship candidate died suddenly when an election was already ongoing. So they had to stop the election. And Ashishe Bokwari, that is Aisha, used her influence somehow in their plot to ensure that thiefnubu will not control Kogi. Faleke, who happened to be thiefnubu's stooge too, one of his boys from Lagos, is originally from Kogi, but he's been there in Lagos, living off the supposed Commonwealth of Lagosians. That's a story for another day, right? The guy is from Kogi State. He was running as a deputy governor to the guy that died. Now, they just transferred his votes to this guy, a total non-entity, a complete political jobber. He had nothing, and suddenly, his life changed like that. And boom, they managed to make him a governor. What did he do? He turned the Kogi State, Kogi State money to his own personal money. He enjoyed it for 8 years. He unleashed terror on that state. Is the governor, they call him Governor Tatata. He will kill it. He actually killed to keep that seat for the second time. All of this just to rob the state for over 80 billion naira. Right. Then they found out that he stole 80 billion. Come and give account of this money you stole and all that. The coward ran away. Oh, he didn't run away again. He didn't run away. He disappeared in an open site. But before he did, he ensured that his own stooge, that Olodo, became their governor, rigged him, and then, so he started living in government house in Kogi. He's moving about in the convoy of the state governor, the Olodo guy, right? Since that one has immunity, the people that declared him wanted, they are of the federal government, Abi. Meanwhile, those who are guiding him, guiding the government house in Lokoja and Abuja, those who are driving him here and there, I mean, back and forth, they are mostly the police, the DSS themselves. They see him every now and then. So everybody is looking for him while he's living in government house. Surprisingly, the guy just showed up yesterday. Before he showed up, he said he started praising thiefnubu. The effort of Mr. thiefnubu in fighting fighting corruption is now here to come and answer for all they have accused him of. Papa, everybody just laughed. Like, oh, una don't settle am, abi. Then he went to the EFCC office in Abuja. He actually made a video of himself in front of the EFCC office in Abuja. He was there for more than an hour. Guess who led him there? Olodo of Kogi, his illiterate fellow criminal, who is now the one enjoying the immunity and sharing their immunity with him. So they went there with lawyers. EFCC saw him. They told him to go home. Go home. we are not looking for you anymore. He was not interrogated. He was not detained or arrested. This is like months that they said they've been looking for him. EFCC chairman who told you then that even if this is going to be the last thing he was going to do, he will make sure that Yeye Bello faces justice. But Yeye Bello was in front of EFCC office in Abuja. He was not arrested. And everyone just felt like shit. Then around 7 p.m. last night, breaking news. EFCC is trying to arrest Yeye Bello at Kogi State Governor's Lodge, Abuja. What are you doing? What does that even mean? It's part of the drama. So that's where we're going to start this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll start from yesterday afternoon and end it to what happened last night when EFCC started shooting gun because they wanted to arrest Yeye Bello. And of course, the supposed federal police, DSS, that are protecting the Olodo, the governor Olodo of Kogi, they resisted the arrest of Yeye Bello, the fugitive. Yeah. So that's where we're going to start this evening. So let's go to the Kogi. First, let's go to the EFCC office in the afternoon when Yeye Bello surfaced at the office. Is that not a mockery? It is a mockery of whatever Nigeria has become. Now, let's now fast forward to last night, yesterday evening, when suddenly EFCC just discovered that, oh yeah, we are looking for Yeye Bello. And this happened.
What did they do?
These police, they don't know say what they do here now. This dismissal offense. They know.
They see their colleague.
They even know what they do.
What a country. What a people. What a government. APC. Egbekegbe. So who are they deceiving? Who are they shooting at? Ladies and gentlemen, after that, the whole drama, Yeye Bello slept, sound, snored. Right now, they have declared him wanted again. Here is somebody who actually had one or two things to say about that, like, what a country, what a country, what a contraption.
Since EFCC first attempted to arrest him, it's been very dramatic. It's a drama, and the drama is just continuing. You know, you remember when his house was invaded and the incumbent governor, Olodo of Kogi State, allegedly smuggled him out. I'm using the word allegedly because it could not be confirmed.
Yes.
But after the ding-dong affairs, come today, come tomorrow, they've appeared in court like 2-3 times, and he didn't show. For him to have decided to go to EFCC, I'm sure there must have been a communication between the commission and himself. He could not just wake up and say, look, let me go to EFCC. So I believe that EFCC must have been aware that it was coming.
Right.
And the visuals that were circulated showed that it was at EFCC car park. But whether he entered...
With the same incumbent governor, Dodo?
Yeah, with the same incumbent governor. But what happened at EFCC remains a mystery.
So this has left more questions than answers. And of course, we're going to be staying on this to see how things unfold. Now, he says that he, eventually responded to EFCC's invitation based on consultation, wide consultations with his family, friends, associates, and what have you. Now, EFCC says Bello is not in its custody any longer. Bello was there, no doubt, at least based on the visuals and footage that we got. What do you think is really playing out? Is EFCC being smart by half? Forgive me for saying that. Is that what's going on? Maybe some deals have been reached, possibly that Bello will, give up some of the alleged...
Yeah, I think what has happened is that EFCC has not been quite tidy in its response on this issue. They've left so many questions unanswered, and they have given room for speculations.
Right.
So you cannot blame anyone who now begin to, speculate. Have they reached an accord? Was there an agreement? Some people even went as far as saying that maybe he has returned some of the money he was accused of stealing. So what is happening? AFCC issued a statement that said, no, he remained wanted, he's not in our custody, but they did not categorically say that he was not there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's...
So this warrant that they have, or the claim they still have on Yahaya Bello, what exactly does it mean now, since he's been there and left? Does it still subsist? Because the EFCC says he remains wanted.
If we have to take their word for it, he remained wanted. But how can somebody who come to you remain wanted? Why was he not arrested? Somebody that you want to break door, you want to break everywhere to arrest, now come within your vicinity and you didn't think... And that is why many people believe that something is wrong somewhere. And I share that sense.
A lot is wrong. So to say, they are just, making a fool of Nigerians. Here is what I heard. Okay? At least our speculation is valid now. Okay? Here is what I heard. Olodo, who is now acting as the bodyguard for Yeye Bello, right, was said to have reached out to Gbajabiamule. And Gbajabiamule was said to have instructed Olodo to lead Yeye Bello to the EFCC. Okay? That he won't be arrested. What needs to be done is that he should go. All right? And then from that meeting, he is going to agree to have looted Kogi. And he will agree to return part of the money. So how much he was to return was not clearly stated. Okay? So the EFCC chairman, who was not in Abuja when Yeye Bello appeared, was said to have instructed them that Yeye Bello, that they would have to arrange another comeback. So at that car park was where they said they couldn't interview him, they couldn't arrest him because Olukayode was not available. That it was Olukayode himself that wanted to have Yeye Bello. Since Olukayode was not around, other members of the EFCC there, they couldn't do anything. However, the promise of him being arrested was out of the card. But here is what Yeye Bello also plotted. If they sense that it was to be arrested, some of those bodyguards with the Olodo governor, right? Some of those bodyguards, they will resist his arrest again. And the moment, if they can just get him and grab him and just put him in the governor's car, EFCC or anybody, they will have no right to enter the governor's car and take him. Remember that when they attempted to arrest him in that same Abuja a few months ago, the EFCC, they were outside. Olodo flew in, drove him from Kogi, sharp from Kogi, like rush. He broke the barrier, the road block, because EFCC blocked the road. This Yeye Bello streets, they blocked his streets, the street to his house. In Abuja, they blocked everywhere. Nobody could go in, nobody could go out. When Olodo arrived, he broke into that barrier, like forcefully. They smashed cars, smashed everything. Then, the gate of Yeye Bello, which was not opened at the time, was slightly opened for Olodo to move in. And once he moved in, he took Yeye Bello in his car and drove out again, while the EFCC were there watching. So the plot yesterday was that it could have been bloody, but with the assurance of Gbajabia Mule that, you just go there, okay? But unfortunately, miscommunication, poor communication, I don't know, made it impossible for Olukayode to be the one to receive him. Because Olukayode himself already said, this whole thing is very simple. That Yeye Bello can tell him when he wants to come, that he will personally receive him. If Yeye Bello is afraid of coming, that statement is what Yeye Bello and gang were banking on. Since Olukayode was not around, Yeye Bello returned. But when Olukayode returned, probably when they saw the video of Yeye Bello in their compound, the plan changed. Either Gbajabia Mule never communicated to him, or so Olukayode ordered his guys to go straight to Yeye Bello's hideout. And guess where the hideout was? Kogi State Governor's Lodge, Abuja. Yeye Bello happened to be the youngest governor in Nigeria. He was, in fact, the poster boy for the not too young to ruin, not too young to loot. The campaign of the young people taking over leadership in Nigeria, remember? Not too young to ruin, not too young to loot. At the end of the day, he has now become the poster boy for, whatever the aged, the crooked criminals can do. Even these young geese can do worse. A lot of them have learned so much from their supposed older guys who are the old looters. You see all these young ones who are complaining about these old criminals. These old people should leave. They should let the young people lead. They've learned so much. They will finish that contraption before you even can say jack. But the old drama, you will say it's not necessary. Nigeria is a joke. And guess what? You are not the only person watching it. The rest of the world is actually watching the joke that the contraption has become. Yeah, you may live in denial, pretend not to be seeing it. Or how do you call this? A man that is the Minister of Defense of State in Nigeria, Bello, Patawalle, also happened to be the terrorist sympathizer, terror sponsor, a bandit godfather. I didn't say that. This one is in Zamfara. You know the story. thiefnubu, they said that if you don't have a criminal record, like a criminal, you cannot work with a thiefnubu. You can't work for thiefnubu. You must be a criminal. His wife, his own wife, Rat, is a criminal too. She is Ogbonge Ogbologo criminal as well. He is mentioned in the FBI, documents that show the heroin trafficking of thiefnubu in the early 90s. Remember, Rat is your first lady today, and if your wife is Ogbologo criminal, and everybody around you are all criminals, take a look at their background. You must be a criminal. I just don't know that. I didn't know that a terrorist could also have a space in the life of a thiefnubu. That is where Bello Patawalle comes in. His own successor, his name is Lawal. He has been talking and talking. He said he went to thiefnubu and told thiefnubu that this man is a terrorist. That when he was governor of Zamfara State, terrorists were sleeping inside government house. Yeah, bandits. You saw those stories with kidnapping under Bokwari then. All the terrorism going on in Zamfara, in Nasarawa, in close to Abuja, and all these places then. They have their godfather in Bello, Patawalle. And the person, when he lost the election, thiefnubu he made him minister of defense, the one that should be going after terrorists. Oh my God, the irony. Here is the Zamfara State Governor telling us that, don't say they know they try, they try their best to at least make sure, say, this act of terrorism, and the people behind it are totally, are completely brought to book. But there is a problem. The man that was supposed to be in jail for what he did as governor. Governor, I told you that time now. You see this Bello Turuji, he used to sleep in the government house in Zamfara. They were like this. It's not a make-up story. You know why? All the weapons, all the stuff they are giving to them, including cars, vehicles they were giving to these terrorists they were using, they were bought with Zamfara State money. The money they collected for as their allocation from Abuja. And this guy said, we know where they are. We know where the terrorists are. The moment they lost, the moment Bello Patawalle lost, that gave them the chance to go after the terrorists. But unfortunately, Patawalle is still part of the federal government. Is in fact, is allowed to see all the intels of terrorists. You know, if the Nigerian army or Nigerian DSS and all the security guys, when they have a dossier or they have any memo on the terrorists and their cells and their activities, and they decided to go and discuss on how to go about it, Bello Patawalle is one of those that will have access to this information. So do you not notice that the act of being ambushed, the Nigerian soldiers being ambushed, slaughtered by these terrorists could only come from the person who is an insider. Now they are pretending to be fighting the terrorists. No, they are eliminating those that could possibly end up exposing them if they are captured. There's no intention of capturing any terrorists right now. The intention is to make sure that they kill them so that they will never have a chance of talking. Well, this is a governor. A governor is not just somebody making things up. This is a governor. He said they've arrested a lot of terrorists. But the problem is this. From Abuja, order from above, they will just tell them to release them. That's it. And the guys will be back in the wild. And they'll continue the business as usual. A governor is saying this. But they are telling you that they are fighting terrorism or fighting terrorists. Let's hear him. The governor of Zamfara.
There were a lot of issues in the past with my predecessor. In fact, let me say this very categorical. If I were him, I would resign and face all the allegations against me. And that would have been more honorable, because from all the information we're getting, my predecessor was fully involved in some of these banditry issues. Typical is the fact that was a permanent secretary when his children were abducted. And it was unfortunate that he had to pay ransom through the government house. And it was also very clear, based on all the allegations, that bandits were being kept at government house. There are so many issues. So for me, honestly, if I were him, I'll step aside and face this allegation until I clear my name before I come back and continue my job. That should have been more honorable. And how can you imagine with all these allegations against him, and he's still the Minister of Defense? That is unfair. This man could have been honorable, stay aside, face all these allegations, clear his name, and then come back and continue to do whatever he wants to do. Whether he wants to remain as minister or he wants to do something else, that would have been more honorable as far as I'm concerned. If I'm in that position, believe me, I'll put in my resignation letter.
Well, Your Excellency, he has not been nailed by the EFCC. So why do you think he should have been probed before taking up the appointment?
In May last year, 2023, there was this allegation of misappropriating over 70 billion naira. And when we took over, we realized that that 70 billion was a child's play compared to what we have. And all this information are before the EFCC. And I wonder how this guy was cleared by the security operatives before it's confirmed. There were a lot of issues in the past.
He's not just a terrorist sponsor. He's a great looter that they've traced over Zamfara, that small state, over 200 billion naira stolen by Patawalle. Well, here is another one from this same guy. He's a governor, so in case if you think he's just making wild allegation and other nonsense that you might be telling yourself, or he's a political opponent and other nonsense. No. Lives have been taken. People have lost their lives. People have lost their livelihood. People have become refugees. And guess what? Imagine you losing your loved ones, only to realize that the person behind it is your state governor. The person that was supposed to keep you safe is actually the one harboring the terrorists. The terrorists you think are being looked for, they were actually living in government house. How do you think that would feel? Listen to this.
Well, I mean, it all depends on classification. You can call them bandits, you can call them thieves, you can call them any name. But my understanding is what will be the reason for these banditry activities. That's number one. Two, if you talk about Niger Delta, I will say yes, there's an economic reason why people are fighting to get certain things. If you look at Boko Haram, you will say that it's a religious issue because they believe in their faith and therefore they want to defend their faith. What is the reason in Zamfara? We are the same people, 99.9% same religion. So what is the reason? What are they fighting for? This is the question.
Have you been able to find an answer to that question?
That is still what we're trying to do, because I cannot understand why. And imagine if today they're going after government officials, they say, okay, they have grievances with government officials, but they kill innocent people that barely even eat 1 square meal in a day. What could have been the reason? That must be crazy. And that is still what we're trying to find out. And to deal with that is you need to deal with these people decisively.
And in taking that decisive measures, let's talk about the role of the federal government in all of this, because so far it's been your effort we've talked about. How much of an influence does the federal government have in, or has in, fighting this war with you in Zamfara State? What's been the involvement of federal government?
The security situation is not just for Zamfara. It's across all the northern part. However, Zamfara play a dominant role in terms of the banditry because this is where they hibernate. They move from Zamfara to Katsina, Niger, Kaduna, Sokoto, and so on and so forth. And you know, it's the responsibility of federal government to provide safety of people, lives and property, which is the security forces that include the military, the police, as well as civil defense. Yeah, they're doing their best. However, there's a need to do more to deal with these guys decisively. Like I said, we know where these guys are. We know where they live. We know their parents.
You know them as a government?
Of course we do. They live with the same community we live.
So why is it difficult to get them?
That is the $1 million question that I should ask you.
We are trying to understand, for those of us who are now conversant with Zamfara, have never been there, and we hear you as a chief security officer speak tonight to say you know these people, but yet you can't get them. It's a head scratcher.
It is something that we are trying to all put our heads together. That is why, from what I can do as a governor, to have this CPG as a first line of defense. Of course, Military are there, police are there, as well as civil defense, but they are not under my control. They are under the control of federal government, and they are doing their best. And like I said also, our security forces have the ability to crush these guys.
But they are not.
They're trying their best.
Trying their best.
Like what happened within the last 3 days when one of the major kingpin, Halilu Sububu, was killed. It is a combination of both military as well as the CPG and the community that made it possible. And I commend them. Well, I mean, it all depends on...
They know them. We know this bandits. They call them bandits, but they are not bandits. So if you're wondering why are they doing this in Zamfara, there is this clip that I should have put up. I'm sorry. So I'm going to put it up now. It's a very quick one. Okay. Why are they killing in Zamfara? And what else are they looking for? Transiting from Zamfara to other places. In other places in northern Nigeria. Here, it's called the Zamfara Gold. And the likes of Patawalle, who armed all these terrorists, shielding them, protecting them, as you can say. At a point, Patawalle was displaying gold. And they said, you see this gold, they are like blood gold. Are you with me? These were the proceeds of the terrorism. Where, according to him, this was him when he was their governor. Okay? So, Zamfara Gold, which belonged to Zamfara. Niger Delta Oil, that one belonged to Nigeria. As we normally say it jokingly, Zamfara Gold. Immediately after Patawalle left, nobody see this gold anymore.
Segiru dan sagi shege ya san wuri mai kyau kenan idan uba kun ga yadda aka hatuwa da gara mai sallasan guntattaki mu ba da kuɗi mu faso mu bashi waccan allaka wacce allaka a to shikenan sai in bashi gara ya rere kai wura uba da ba ta kai da ba uba ka kai ina kimara.
So do you see the number of young people there? That place you just seen there, right? That used to be a farmland. And in the space of 4 years, this guy turned Zamfara into the bandit or terrorist den. And since then, they have been readily available to go look for mineral resources from across northern Nigeria. And the moment they found any, they will be harmed. And terrorism will begin in such place. That's how it's like a Zamfara. Was a place where the breeding ground started. They killed people from their farms. They chased people away from their lands and turned the entire place to a gold mining field. Blood gold. And this guy, around that time, never even lived in Zamfara. He lives in Abuja or America. He's 2 or 3 wives. They live in America. So he's shopping between Abuja and the United States of America. How the American government didn't see these terrorists flying in and out into their country for 4 years is still somehow something that I kind of feel like it's a mystery, right? Then they have the Okpebholo stupid service, the secret agent in Nigeria, the secret security in Nigeria, that will do a background check on every person who wants to occupy public office. Still, since a drug dealer is your press idiot, why won't a terrorist funder, terrorist sympathizer, a terrorist. Why won't you scale your screening? It is what it is, right? That says Zamfara. We'll leave them and go elsewhere again. This time around, I want us to please go to, let's stop at Edo. We've been to Kogi. We've been to Abuja. We've been to Zamfara. Let's take a stop at Edo again, right? Here is the guy that the APC, Ekbekegbe, is planning to make the governor of Edo State. Edo Lights, your next governor that they're about to rig in for you. Man, ridiculous.
We started going home on our way home and discovered that she was getting the car. When we were very small, when we got to the front of my father's house, she died. She fell down, and that was how she lost her life. Then I started crying. I thought she'd come back. In the morning, I went back to our home to see if she was there. She wasn't there anymore. And I said, in my life, water will fight you. By the time I grew up, I took to my friends. And I started putting the ball home. I put the ball in my community. Then I went to the same Afuda where we fetch water that my sister lost her life. Put the ball home there. Today we have practically ball in all the local government in this land. He goes to
So he's talking about how he lost his sister to a bad road or bad this or that, and all that. But that's the person that the man, Ushiyomole is pushing. So I was asking myself, like, is there no other person in the APC, somebody who kind of like, who can express himself? Then I saw some of the voluntary slaves, even from Edo State. His English language is language. Putin speak English. China president, does he speak English? English is not our language, but they speak their own language, Abi. Which means they went to school and they could communicate in their language, whether not Chinese, they are Chinese, Abi. But in Nigeria, you were trained to speak in English, Abi. How can you actually expect somebody like that to be your governor? Like everybody going to Edo saying APC in Edo, like that's the guy they want to make your governor. Say, well, it's because he probably will be easily controlled. He's a senator. How did he become a senator? It is the contraption Nigeria. You're looking at you are talking about how backward Nigeria has become, Abi, and then you are watching the criminals like that, okay, forcing incompetent queries on you, and somebody said, "English will go chop." Do you know the good work he's been doing before joining politics? And somebody answered, "What was the good work?" They said he's been helping people. They said that he's been building, he's been giving them boreholes. I said, oh my God. But here is the one that Oshiomole pushed the last time. This one even speaks better. Yeye Bello. Why didn't they just use this one as the new APC governorship candidate? Why that one? Yeye Bello.
Good morning, my good people of Edo State. My name is Pastor Yeye Bello, and I would like to talk to you this morning about the election on Saturday, the governorship election. I'm sure many of you know that I've contested twice for the governor of the state, and I want to thank many of you who supported me from the 3 senatorial districts. I actually wanted to contest this time, but there was a unanimous agreement that we should support our people in Edo Central. I'm a man of God. I'm also a man who believes in equity. And so when they made this appeal and request, I had no choice but to withdraw from the race. And I've decided that it's not enough to withdraw, but I must support somebody that will be good for our state. I announce again today that I'm supporting Senator Monday Okpebholo of the APC. Not only because I'm a member of the APC, but because I believe that he's a good man. He's a man that will be good for our state. He's a man who has a track record. He has shown love to our state. He has shown love to our people. We are not interested in those who come to us only when they want elections. We're interested in people who have lived among us, people who have supported us, people who were there for us, and people who will respect us. Those who come claiming to be very, very educated and yet have never identified with us cannot be those that we want. Such people should please go to where they have stayed all these years and where they have impacted all these years and seek for vote. It is where you work that you get paid. They have never worked here, and so it's an insult for them to now demand to take the #1 position in our state. Senator Monday Okpebholo is a humble young man, God-fearing. He's somebody who has seen poverty. He's somebody who has created wealth. He's somebody who has a track record. Even before he became a senator, we saw what he did in the senatorial district. We are aware of the numerous scholarships that he gave. We are aware of the boreholes he sank in several needy communities in this land. We are aware of the huge contribution he made to the security well-being and security network in this land. He was elected by Esan people to represent them in the Senate because of the things that he has done. And if we are giving governorship to Edo Central, I want to give it to somebody who has a track record, somebody who has identified with the people. And that is why we urge all of you, in Edo South where I come from, in Edo North, and in Edo Central, to vote for this man who will unite us. We want a governor that respects our people, a governor that will respect the traditional institution. The present government of the PDP have been fighting the states, fighting traditional institutions.
Nuisance, Lele. That's Nigeria for you. It's not about what you probably have to offer policy-wise. It is about how you love the people. That you have sunk many boreholes. You have given people scholarship. And you respect them. You speak their language. You have track record. And when they say, okay, what are the track records? Like somebody who is a senator in the last 15 months, what you will, if it's in America, right? That person will be telling you what he has done as a senator, as a lawmaker. So you get now. And we are talking about things that actually really changes life. But not in Nigeria. Nigeria is about how many people you are able to give money to. How many of them are ready to actually push more so that you can give them more money later. You give them appointments. Nigeria no get hope. I'm not kidding you. Nigeria no get any hope. But the one that is there, Obaseki, he met with the military guys, Musa, who went to pledge that they are already on ground to make sure that your charade election takes place, blah, 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 We'll come back to that. Still in Edo, Bini. From what happened yesterday, you saw Peter Obi and his own Labour Party yesterday. However, Datti was there too, where he told them, once a criminal, always a criminal. The real criminals that will steal your elections are just tickets from their INEC, right? In his words.
How powerful Labour is. I want to tell you how powerful the people are. The kind of changes you can bring about. The difference that your thumbs, your hearts, your mind can bring about. Somebody misruled Lagos State for 24 years until a young man powered by Labour Party came up. 24 years, the richest state in Nigeria was under one man. He could make and unmake. He can please and displease, put and remove. In fact, sometimes they even strangle people at night. One young man, Howard and sponsored by Labour Party, came and changed everything. You know what? When they begin to feel the heat, what do? They switch off iron. When votes begin to pour in for Labour, what do? The computers, they develop glitch. When they see that Peter Obi was winning, what did? They changed the constitution. When Peter Obi won the presidency, what did? They changed the meaning of English language. A criminal is always a criminal. A cheat is always a... Never be intimidated by what you hear in the news. When you see them in the news, when they come down from the big aircraft, the first thing you remember is the value of your naira. When they are doing all their government functions, keep it in mind, these are the people that have destroyed your security. Never be afraid. Never be intimidated. You are the people. Power belongs to you. You make who you want to make your leader, and you remove who you don't want as your leader. Now is the time, Edo State. Your history, your culture, your name preceded you. We want you to show the world that powered by Labour Party, you are going to live up to your names. You are going to provide for yourself the leader that you really want. Let me tell you, voting for yourself, the right leader, is bringing security to your doorstep. Nobody will follow you to your villages and kill you when you have the right leader. Why is Nigeria the way it is today? Bad leadership, bad governance. That's what we're going to end. Getting yourself the right leader is putting money in your pocket, and that's what you're going to do. We are working with you to ensure this. Getting for yourself the right leader is putting education in your head, health in your body, strength in your mind. Their time has come to an end.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
On Saturday, vote Akpata candidate as the governor and deputy governor.
Thank you so much.
How power...
That's Datti. I met Datti from hibernation. Somebody said he's out from his hibernation. But what do you want me the guy do? I remember that time when Peter Obi was telling everybody to calm down. Datti was telling everybody to stand up and fight. But he's just a running mate. He was the one who boldly said thiefnubu didn't win any election. Even when he said it on the TV, the guys, the guys in Channels Television, they were scared. How can you say? No. He said, yeah, he didn't. They win. That's, I mean, I am not saying that. I'm not saying that he's a perfect guy or something like that. But I'm talking about the courage. Somebody that if Obi is not the kind of a guy that rather just was talking about going to court. That guy could actually trigger a revolution too, just like others. Like he said that if Showore was the one they allocated 6.something million to and cheated that way, it would have mobilized all these 6 million people on the street, including the ones they didn't record. So he has that personality. All right. What about the guy, Akpata himself? What did he tell people in Edo yesterday during their own mega rally? This is what he told them.
Labour Party! Labour Party! They say Labour not get level. I think we don't show them now. They don't bath. Who they susu? Labour Party don't show. Labour Party don't show. You don't see us we gallant. Our face not show. Our shoe not shine. Their father. The story not too long. 25 years. Two parties now done they run Nigeria, run Edo State. PDP and APC. In fact, the last 8 years, one man, first half, he wear APC jersey. He come out for second half, he wear PDP jersey. That one tell us and I want they be. So we go they call them PDAPC. Not be so? Okpayahi, not be so? The Bible say by their fruits. What will be their fruits? What will be their fruits? No lights. No road. When you pass the road, they go say, please bear with us. This is a federal road. Not be juju be that. 70 years old man. School not there. Hospital not there. Meanwhile, they bring person come and say he go do am. The person when they bring say he go do am, he dey inside the same government. As chief economic advisor, deputy governor candidate, secretary to government now. Now they say he go do am. Now that day break, monkey they bundle, make they come out that side. Labour Party will go tell them say our mumu don. You know say na MOU government. One guy come tell me say MOU. You write am once. Come write the MOU again. MOU. Join the two together. Wetin it be? You see say na mumu that they do us since. MOU plus MOU equals to our mumu don't do. We not go do again. 25 years. Labour Party will go bring electricity, light come Edo State. And we not just they talk. See my brother, Deputy Governor of Abia. Light there about 24 hours. Not be, it not hard like that. Labour Party now for Papa, Mama, Pikin. Anything when concern Papa, Mama, and Pikin, we did there. Orion local government get the largest gas deposit for Nigeria. And a gas they take do light. Meanwhile, Orion will never get light for 10 years. Percy, they corner of River Niger, soap the entire. We don't tell Orion, we are going to do Edo power. We go start from Orion. Take around the whole Edo State. Light must stay. This wickedness must stop. 21st of September, now Edo Freedom Day. God don't rescue us. The only one will remain now for now to come out. Now on a handy day. Man, Mato. Now on a handy day. We go sack them. Because government get only one work. When they hear me so? Government get only one work. Now to provide better life for the people. Now better life we do so we go sack them. Labour Party is ready to provide better life for Papa, Mama, and Pikin. So una go use una tongue take count una teeth. Una don't look them. Una don't see their part one. Una don't see their part 2. Now this government now scatter hospital for Sapler Road. Start to build museum. Error. And we must punish them for that error. Hospital where true people they go. You scatter and build museum so that you and your friends go they look picture when they war. Who museum help? Nobody. We go punish them because they not care about the people. Edo State they earn 16 billion every month. Now beans, now my man, now money. If 16 billion fall here, ground go shake. But we don't walk around the whole state. We don't carry torchlight. We not see what they use the money do. On top that one, they don't borrow. So Edo State, they owe almost 600 billion naira. And now your children go pay. It to say they use and do something when your eyes see. You go mind to pay. But we not agree. We not see what they use and do. So we go sack them. Oh. They know they tell deaf and don't say market don't close. Now they tell Siam. We go tell they say PDP and APC market don't close. Oh. You know the blind person eye. I told her they area. Una dey here. We go show them. Oh. Recently we see our guy governor they complain. He say police. He dey cry. You not see him for TV. Oh my God, this is not right. Woo! So he dey pain. He dey pain. House of Assembly, you know what they do. Local government election, you know what they do. Now bros they cry. Woo! Water cane and the one you say flogger now. Meanwhile, the other side, APC, they dance. They say now because of them, police they come now lie. Now because of una, now insecurity they come. So that una not go say una not go come out house. The soldiers and the police are there to make sure say una fit vote. Not my APC. They go choose candidate when evil monkey not go vote for. Huh? So now they won't come. They say, soldier, una go vote for them. For this Edo State, then they mad. Then they mad. I mean, I play. Which kind of Yeye play with that? Which kind of Yeye play with that? For this Edo State, better fade. They can't say now because of the nice soldier come not lie. Not lie. Soldier come to protect you. Police come to protect you. That morning, wake up, dust your PVC, come out. And the praise. They're mad, all of them. Come out. Power belongs to the people. When you reach the polling unit, collect your ballot paper because with a verse. Tell them say with a verse. Our eye feel like cigar. All eye they red.
I think, see, it's just the way the guy was campaigning. That's what I wanted you to see. Okay? Like, it felt like it's so connected, and you will never believe that that's a former National Bar Association of Nigeria's president, NBA president. Somebody will say you go express maybe they speak grammar, maybe they blow grammar. It seems that he has learned a lot to rap and then use this street language to relate with people enough that they could actually connect with him. You know that thing, right? Like somebody said, I hate these politicians, and I agree with you. Me said no like them. But that guy was sounding more like a top comedian. You know what I mean? And he's so related. He's so sort of relatable somehow with his audience. If you listen to an average Edo people when they are talking about this PDAPC, which I have seen a few times, right? They are almost like talking like him. And that's what cracked me up. And I'm going to share the video with you tonight. He's talking about the army, soldier, and the rest of them. As he himself said, they are there to protect the people, which I don't believe. But yeah, the whole delusion and then the reality and everything will play out in another 48 hours. I hope you know that. So Musa met with Obaseki, where Obaseki again was lamenting But they assured him, we are here to make sure the election, and all that. So I'll show you.
Some of the actors in the political scene do not seem to understand the national security implication of this Edo election. And the way some people have conducted themselves, I'm sorry to say, it's quite unbecoming of people who have sworn to oath of offices in this country. Politicians will behave the way they like, but members of the security agencies should give the public assurances and confidence. We're not asking for any favors. We're saying let Edo citizens be free to go to the polls and express themselves the way they wish, and will accept the outcomes of any properly conducted polls. But when you have a situation where citizens are being intimidated by people in uniform, last night some people woke me up at 3 a.m. There were policemen in Edo Central trying to still arrest people last night. I got a call this morning again about the Sienna boss at the area office with a mandate to come and pick up people who were carried out of this state. They were detained in Abuja on the instructions of the Inspector General of Police for more than 2 weeks. And when we confronted the IG in Benin during the peace session, which we refused to sign, he claimed that, he had arrested people for murder. When he finally was forced to charge them to court, the charge read possession of firearms. And as I speak, you have people, you have citizens in Suleja, in Niger State, being detained because they don't want them to participate in elections on Saturday. When you create situations like this, it's just, what it results to is just lack of trust, lack of confidence. When the opposition candidate is campaigning with a police helicopter in the state, I don't think it's a very fair or level playing field. It's not right. We receive a lot of intelligence, but when we pass them on to the authorities we're supposed to, we don't get the feedback. We have intelligence of arms movement into the state. We have intelligence of thugs being housed in certain hotels. And on and on. We're not saying we are innocent. We're saying in a political season like this, it's one of contestation, but we don't want it to lead to loss of lives because it is totally unnecessary.
We have seen how other countries conduct elections peacefully. In fact, people are working and doing their normal thing. I just wonder why ours seem to be different. But I just want to assure you that members of the armed forces are here to support you in this election, to make sure that the election is peaceful. Our drive, our mandate from Mr. President is to ensure that it is peaceful, free, fair, and credible. And that is what exactly we're going to do. That's why I'm here to also look at see the troops and address them critically for them to understand the importance of free, fair, and credible elections. Nobody is to take sides. Whoever it is that is popular and the people want, we want the people to be the ones to select who they want, not who is being imposed on them. So at that I can guarantee you, the days of impunity are over. This election shouldn't be war. People shouldn't die because they want to go and...
Amen. They all make all this talk. And on Saturday, if you come to Mayegun's Diary Politico, from the morning of that Saturday, I'll be there hosting the happenings. All the happenings from morning to afternoon to evening until they will make an announcement and declare whoever they want to at the time. And then, the day after, and then the days after, and after, who are those that will go to court in their charade elections? Charade, that they call elections. They have a similar election, well, not governorship. They're having an election in Akwa Ibom. It's called I think that one too is happening this weekend, where Okpebholo was in Akwa Ibom yesterday to tell the supposed APC to brace up. And he was telling them that thiefnubu has approved the creation of local government election, something that instead of the state to conduct local government elections, that thiefnubu has created INEC to be conducting local government election. So the usual culprits, Akwa Ibom. Still talking about elections though. Or selections.
There are people who may say, let us dismiss APC. APC does not exist in Akwa Ibom. Do you think anybody can dismiss you? No. Can anybody dismiss you? No. The fertilizers I'm mentioning will also come with tax of rights in all the new government. Can anybody dismiss you? No. I will tell you something. Because they don't believe. That level in my way, who don't mind when you don't get in anywhere about the event APC no power. Nobody over in my way, who don't mind when you don't get in anywhere about the event APC no power. Chairman, I thank you for the opportunity. I thank my colleagues for coming with me. I will not take too much time, but I want to assure you that we haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to be around with you to witness the distribution of food products, the fertilizers, and other things. We may not do it today because of time. But this mammoth crowd here, you are in charge of your various units. You are in charge of your various wards. Are you not going to win the ward? For the local government election coming up, those in support that APC should take over the entire state, up with the local government election, say, I want you to shout so that the president will hear you, that the local government autonomy that is spearheaded is working in Akwa Ibom. Because local governments are now going to be autonomous. They are going to work for the people. I want you to shout so that you will hear that the state Akwa Ibom said, all the local governments have done APC. So when you are shouting, raise your hand in the sky so you can see. Are you going to win the local government election? I will work for you. I will be there for you. I'm already there for you. I'm already there for you. I will mention that over 100 of you have already entered the police. I will mention that today. I will mention that since it is local government, let's give them the flag. And maybe when I come, oh, by the way, I have to go local government by local government. So I will in the media.
You see that crowd? Nigeria is, or Nigerians are irredeemable, unfortunately. And it goes everywhere shouting, those is about it, hi, those is about it, hi, local government autonomy. You'll be hearing about local government autonomy, Abi. It is a scam. It's not going to happen. It is like this, your minimum wage. Remember they said that minimum wage, they will start paying minimum wage in May. This is September. They still haven't paid. Because they won't give you any minimum nonsense. You know, we'll get, maybe when you get to 2026, then maybe they can then begin to talk about your minimum wage. Between May and September, they have increased the price of petroleum products in Nigeria 2 times. Meanwhile, they told the labor NLC that they won't. If NLC accepts 70,000, thiefnubu won't increase the price of petroleum. Now they've increased it twice. Local government autonomy, local government autonomy. They've been talking about it since when? April. This is September. It is not. It's calm. But guess what? They give you something to begin to look forward to and say, okay, even if that one they do now, if that one they do now, at least if not that one they know they do anything, you will suffer it. APC tell you something, you believe it. Really? The only thing they have for you is APC, the government of palliatives. Whatever it is that is troubling you, they will give you rice. You know about that, don't you? Whatever your complaint is or what have you, they will give you rice. So, and where the rice is not getting to you, they will give you a gear like this one.
This is becoming a big threat now, because I see no reason why my recharge, within a week, 10,000 naira is gone. What's going on? David, please come.
Yes, sir.
Can you remember the last time I recharged this light?
Yes, sir.
When?
I think last week.
Last week.
You recharged 10,000.
Last week. Yes. And the light has finished.
Yes.
This morning. Last week to this morning. Today is what?
Saturday.
Today is on the 13th. You can imagine, what's really going on? Where are we going in this country? Where are we going? Waiting be all this nonsense gone. Waiting be all this rubbish. Whenever they do, waiting be all this one. Fuel, we not fit buy fuel. Light, we not fit buy. We not fit buy light. She will go and share any. She ain't government in Jawere ni. Aye fe bàjẹ́ ni. Èwo ni gbogbo òṣì kan tẹ́ fún wa. Ẹgbẹ́ akúrò láti iná tán lẹ sọ pé ẹgbẹ́ sórí ban A. Now see, to buy 5,000 naira light, you'll be giving me 20 units from 75 units. Are you people mad or what? This is become.
Bros, don't worry. APC may want to whine you, but no worry. They know they whine you. In reality, Kurubu, bring this thing down, or else.
Kurubu, order you to bring that fuel back immediately. Order effect. Kurubu, me. Yeye, I dey go your matter now. If you dey feel blind person, Kurubu they blow whistle. They look God Kurubu, all the way no they talk. What fully mind. If you dey fear big person, put basket for faith. Kurubu me come out amo. Kurubu they remember waiting of you to tell the papa. Say easy way papa he chest they fire. If papa tell her say my pikin na death way they their family. Kurubu, if in Nigeria finish, you go remain. Kurubu, me, at the verse. No food. Because of fuel. Nothing for house. You know they get sense? And they talk to you, Buga. When you dey go the Buga. You know say I know nobody now you are money with the India people. Kurubu relax now small challenge that they tell you. I say me, Yeye, the verse. Alpha. Nobody for you. Jesus! Small pikin sleep mess. And they tell you. I won't wake you. Then you heard your dog. Kurubu, I tell you. How far? I never eat. What thing they worry you? Person go to talk to you. You go to Buga. See me. And the vet not be met or not be sight so they look for so all my eye on you. Order you to bring that food down. Immediately effect. Kurubu.
Àsìkò ńgbẹ lọ́tọ̀ lósì. Ẹ̀mí ò sì káre. Jagavan Karim.
When the shege enter body, even grandma go make video. And Mayego will see it. And to those ones who know they make video, I bet a lot of you probably do your own madness in private. It's a para. But thiefnubu is deaf and dumb. I still stand. Bukwari.
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways. but there's not.
Chai!
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning.
Fellow Nigerians, this is just the beginning. Going forward, we spoke about the Lagdo Dam that is going to be released soon, and the states that are going to be prone to massive flooding. I haven't seen preparation. I've been expecting to see, or I've been looking around to see some of these states and the people who experienced this flooding 2 years ago. I was expecting to start seeing them evacuating and all of that. People know they know they do anything right now. Maybe they are praying to God that God will prevent it. God will prevent it. God will protect his own children. Really? For those in Kwara State, they don't see they see the snippets. It's called the snippets. Somewhere in Kwara. Flood intentionally already. I know be NEMA. I know deal with ecological something agency. I am not with hydro something agency. Whatever all those names they give to themselves. I am just Mayegun, who believes that Awikoto Dani Agbajaka Dini, which means he will want you ahead before fighting you. Is actually a good fighter. I want you to get prepared for what is coming. Somewhere in Yobe, Jigawa, they also had a bite of what is coming. Flooding.
Kalle da ruwa yake fasa yana bin hanya. Wannan hanya ne kwalta ne fashe haka gashi nan. Jama'a Adamawa muna cikin wani yanayi ba shiga ba. Ya salam ka gada na tafiya. Gada na tafiya.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. Do not wait to be caught unaware. Not that I know what you need to, not that I actually have any other solution for you than to run. Like, run, oh. Run, oh. For them in Maiduguri, where Zulum and Co. stole over 816 million naira, shared it among themselves and gave clean bill of health to allow, is that what it's called? Allow them. In Maiduguri that has now claimed more than 200 lives, but they officially say it's claimed more than 40 lives. I believe it's more than that. They said it's rendered over 1 million people homeless. Well, I believe it's more than that too. For Zulum, they have created refugee camps. That is its own area of specialty. When the Boko Haram terrorists took over 14 local government areas, yes, they still control over 14 local government areas of Borno State as we speak. Zulum told all of them to come to state capital. They opened refugee camps here and there. A place where after collecting allocation, donations from other foreign agencies or foreign aids, right? It will go there and share rice, bag of rice. Sometimes they had a little money to eat. This is achievement of a Zulum. In some places, it's built houses for these refugees. Now that allowed them as, washed everything away. According to him, they have built more 35 refugee camps. Places where they're going to share food, rice, tomato sauce.
Thank you very much. So far, so good. We established about 36 camps, IDP camps in the state capital in order to provide immediate shelter to the displaced communities. Most importantly, we decided to give each of the individuals affected, that means both male and female heads of household, have received so far 25 plus 10,000 naira, in addition to some certain condiments. This is so far what we have been doing. And then in terms of health facilities, water facilities, Ministry for Water Resources and donor partners are working in the camp in ensuring that, these facilities are provided. But somehow, our final decision is that in order to separate the wheat from the chaff, what we have given them is meant to keep them for the next maximum 2 weeks. But as soon as water body receipts, those that can go back to their homes can go back, while government has started, making assessment of the communities that are affected in order to provide relief materials and other support directly to them in their localities. Because at the end of the exercise, we observed that quite a number of people that are not affected have started trooping into the camps. And it has become very difficult for government to separate the chaff from the grains.
And we do understand that this flooding has cost more than economic and infrastructure damage. This was happening just as schools were about to resume, Governor Zulum. What has happened to education in Borno State at this time?
Yes, because we have extended the resumption of the school by about 3 weeks. But most importantly, I've directed the Commissioner for Education to ensure that all those areas that were vacated are being taken over for fumigation so that students can resume latest in the next 2 weeks. Out of these 36 camps, about 15 of them are schools, I believe so. So what we did was that since some have started going back to their homes, we decided to collapse the numbers. We decided to collapse the numbers of camps. That is what we call camp merger. So the schools should be deserted, while funding has been released so that academic activities in the schools will resume. We cannot afford to miss education because one of the root causes of the insurgency is illiteracy, and we shall do everything possible to ensure that academic activities are resumed within metropolitan and Jere local government areas in the next 2 weeks.
Another boo-boo. Well, I wish them well. Or I wish them what they wish themselves. Talking about going back to school, in the thiefnubu's economy, where a lot of parents are completely ignoring the issue of school because they can no longer afford to send their children to school anymore. Not in this economy. Here is a parent who is telling us what it is like in that part of Nigeria right now. What it is like to actually survive in that part of Nigeria as we speak. In fact, in Nigeria generally, as a whole. Sir.
Good evening, Nigeria. This topical issue is a very critical and sensitive issue that borders on the lives and well-being of Nigerians. Because the situation we find ourselves today is a pathetic situation whereby every parent is not having it easy. We are having sleepless nights. We are receiving calls from all quarters, from all nooks and crannies of Nigeria on what to do, how to go about it. For instance, before the current recent increase in the price of petroleum products, people are managing to at least send their children to school. Now with the increment, everything, even toothpick in Nigeria, the price has doubled or tripled. Likewise, the cost of sending your child to school. If you have children, about 5, 6 scattered around public schools, now let us even talk about the area of public schools, that every state government or whatever are saying is a free and compulsory basic education. How do you transport them? How? Because the pump price now is alarming. Now, when you go to buy, last week on Friday, I happened to visit one of the commercial banks. The queue of parents I saw waiting to access a soft loan to complement their salary to pay the children's school fees is alarming. In fact, some banks turn down requests that they don't give such soft loans. Because you collect, if you are collecting the loan, you are collecting based on your supposed income. The increase of minimum wage, the what have you, that has not been realistic. How can a bank give you a loan on that? And schools have resumed, with the exception of, is it Edo or Kano State and Kaduna State that are resuming on the 15th or thereabout. Parents are finding it very difficult to pay school fees that is exorbitant. And when you look at the area of private schools, because the children attending private schools, when you take the ratio compared to what we have in the public school, government will just, they cannot, because the infrastructure in the public school cannot accommodate our children.
Right. Let me
We
very
are
quickly.
saddled with this problem. Yeah.
If I may very quickly, so how are parents, adjusting to this new realities? Are they coming up with any kind of, creative ways to ensure that these kids don't add to the already bloated numbers of out-of-school children in Nigeria that hovers
the number is
15 million already?
Please, the number has already started increasing, because you that went round to Abuja to assess the resumption date, you could see a school that has a population of 2,000 or 1,500 naira, 500 pupils. You hardly see 800 in the school. What happens to the rest? So you add this and aggregate round the country, then that is the number you're having out of school children. It has started already, because nothing is free in Nigeria. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing is free. So what
where do we go from here?
Very good question. Where do we go from here? As a Parents Teachers Association member, well, you're not just a member, acting Secretary General. What are your expectations of government? How do you think government can come in to ease the burden on parents and guardians?
We are looking up to government to have a lasting solution, not a temporary issue, not a temporary solution to this matter. Because the cost of education is on the increase. Payment of other ancillary services or learning materials are on the increase. Payment of lighting, source of energy, laboratory equipment, transporting the children to school is another big thing. So we are looking at government, we are looking up to government to create a sustainable incentive. This issue of palliative, we don't see it as a sustainable thing. Because I can't imagine the kind of economics people we have around government that they are advising government to give palliative. It's not sustainable. When you give somebody palliative today, what about tomorrow?
Now, elsewhere in the advanced world, I know that schools are usually close, to the homes. Is that something that parents should begin to consider to bring the schools closer to the home, as in getting the students, the kids, go to school, closer to their homes? Is that an option that should be on the table?
Yeah, it's not an option, because look at the diverse nature of our communities in Nigeria.
How many schools can you build around your area, where you live? I don't know where you live. How many schools can you build around that place? Where is the money? Instead, let us have a sustainable way of maintaining these schools so that children will have a conducive atmosphere to learn, a safe environment to learn, where teachers are comfortable, their welfare well taken, the school infrastructure developed, taking the children, those are in the day system, will go on to and from school comfortably. Okay, when will you start constructing the schools? How long will it take you to construct a school now? How? When? Where is the money?
I'm not even talking about constructing new schools. I'm saying, like in my area, for example, I'll save you the name of that area. I was able to count about 3-4 schools within that vicinity. Would you advise that parents, look, instead of sending your kids to schools far away where you have to pay, for bus and all of that, here it's gone up from 40,000 to about 65, 70, depending on
what is the standard of such schools?
That's another question. That's another problem. It does raise another challenge, doesn't it? But is it something that should be considered?
It is. Well, you see, when you bring schools closer to communities, it's a good option. But now we are trying to do a damage control kind of approach to the situation. Because if you allow your child to stay away from school for 3 months, you know what it means. We are trying to arrest social violences, insecurity, and what have you. When the number increases, I don't know where we are going from there. So let there be a good budget, a holistic one that is feasible and realistic in education system.
Thank you. The number of out-of-school children will skyrocket if it is not already. The bottom line is that whether the school is closer to home or is far away from home, can parents afford to send their children to school anymore, where they have to choose between feeding the children or paying the tuition? Which one do you think they will pick first? Feed the children. A lot of children are, if you go to all the schools, as the schools are resuming now, many of these children are not resuming, and they may never resume. While the rest of, while the people in charge of your contraption are spending money like, say, it's going out of fashion. I read it earlier today that Remi Ahmed thiefnubu Rat donated 500 million naira to Maiduguri flooding victims. I'm like, where did she see the money from? 500 million. God damn it, man. And the same woman spent over 710 million naira buying Forex because she was traveling. Listen to this one, oh. In 3 months, thiefnubu's wife expended over 800 million naira just traveling. Also, she personally requested for specifically 710 million naira to buy Forex dollars that she took with her during those junketing. When she now returned back to Nigeria, she brought something that she learned from Zimbabwe. One Nigeria national unity fabric. God knows how much how much more of your money. They have to sink into that. Look at this. Look at these ladies at New Central. They were so shocked enough that if you think you have seen worse, no, you haven't.
The First Lady launched this One Nigeria Unity fabric at the State House on Monday. She said that this brilliant idea was inspired by her visit to Zimbabwe last year, December, where she saw them do something similar. And she said that this unity fabric will be worn across the country on October the 1st to celebrate Nigeria's Independence Day anniversary. Now, there have been several reactions to this, but the picture you're seeing is of the fabric that was printed for Zimbabwe that the First Lady has referenced. And then, of course, let's look at our own as well.
Do we remember a couple of years ago when the worst we thought we could get was a woman who sat in the president's or the seat of the president's wife and said, "There is God, oh."
At least that one was funny. You know, people say they miss patience.
I do remember that we thought that was the worst we could get.
Yep.
The first people are hearing from the mother of the nation is, "Oh, I planted a garden in my home. You should do that too so that you won't starve." How many people can afford a home that has enough space to have a garden? The next thing we hear from her is, "Guess what, ladies? Let's go and find Ankara to wear." Are we going to eat? Are we going to put it in our pots and boil the Ankara with palm oil and eat? I can't believe how proud of foolishness we are in this country. I can't believe it. I'm actually very angry. I'm trying to control myself. You tell people
please, my tablet
don't have food to eat. That the thing they should do on their independence of what? I don't know. Are we independent of foolishness? Independent of mediocrity? Independent of the slavery mentality that we have? What exactly are we independent of? And then you tell them, you know what the solution is? Take this probably ugly, horrible-looking, cheap piece of fabric. This is what's going to make Nigeria better. We are a bunch of...
The First Lady launched this.
Yeye, help us, oh. Help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the First Lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 It's okay.
We laughed. Meanwhile, she was just being a mother, having known what these guys were up to. A lot of you laughed. Now you have now been saddled with cold-hearted criminals who don't give a damn about you. If they give you your own Ankara, you better cook them well. I mean, I even say you have to go and look for firewood to cook your Ankara, feed your children. A passionate woman, we sort of laughed her off, right? Oh, look at this. So she's an embarrassment. She's such an embarrassment. And you have been given better first ladies who don't give a shit about you and your whatever it is. But rather, cash out as much as they can, make ridiculous statements, steal what they can steal, and you are left in the lodge, right? On your own. But let's say thank you to this Deji and his team, who, despite the fact that a lot of you have moved on, they haven't. From the End Bad Governance protest that took place from the 1st of August to the 10th of August, right? In Kano State, they have a number of them locked up. Today, Deji and his team, they were there, and they succeeded in securing the release of at least 6 of them pro bono.
I'm sorry. So how many months was it fine? No, fine. I have been here to that one. Why
Zomana, Kasiaba, Chairman. They are here. Yes. We need to call them and tell them. Yeah. Didn't we tell them that? I said we can do. I said we can do the case, you know. Whatever time. So that can cover it. Well done, sir. We wish you all the best. Thank you, sir. You are not going to when is this matter adjourned now? This is now adjourned to we are coming. Do we have cases tomorrow? No, why is it adjourned
Thank you, Deji, and your team. Good job. I mean, they are there trying to, help as many people as possible who have become the victims of the APC, where people have been locked up for over a month for protesting that they are hungry. They were hungry, still hungry, only to get locked up by the system that should actually protect them. It's unfortunate. Many of them are still in prison all over the place. And this is the punishment for standing up and asking for a good government in their own country. And yeah. Anyway, somebody said they don't listen to anyone, they only listen to themselves. Mr. Odenza.
The historical context is very ominous. By 1998, the military was morally exhausted and institutionally broken. Abacha, who led them on this perfidious path, lay dead. A month later, Chief Yahaya Bello won election in 1994, equally lay dead. There was time for a reset for the country, and that occurred quickly. The military top brass outsmarted the civilian wing of the political elite, led by Dr. Leslie, the former vice president, and installed Chief Obasanjo as a president, who populated his inner core in the presidency with the military generals. General Ali Uguzo, Chief of NSA, General Abdullahi Mohammed, Chief of Staff, and General Danjuma, Minister of Defense. The idea was for the military to guide this nation on that course of coming out from that combustible period into a new dawn. And that in 24, 25 years, democracy will have been strengthened, consolidated, and deepened. Today, the result is awful. The Buhari 8 years intensified national contradictions, broke the spirit of the people, allowed terrorism, banditry, courtism, and all manners of insufferable criminality to pervade the land and overwhelm the people. The Bola Tinubu presidency seemed to have lost its way completely. Bemused as it is, as the land lay prostrate and hurting. The military, therefore, the top generals are saying, hello, we are lions maybe in our winter, but we have a voice, a stake as patriots, that this country will not go under. If a presidency is imploding, the rest of the country should implode with it. So it is time for the country and the leader of this nation down to take a stock. The past 1.5 years have gone down unfairly and unjustly for the people. There's so much they have taken and so little left for them to take. People can no longer move from end to end. Cars are parked on the road. Children are being pulled from school. People have no money to even pay bandits or terrorists and the kidnappers and abductors who haunt the land every day. It is therefore crucial that rhetoric will not do the job for this government. What will do the job will be to roll their sleeves. If there's anything left for them to roll. What is left for this president and his team is to call a spade and say, you have governed like a predator from the margins and periphery of the political state. Okay. Therefore, you have lost the political plot. Okay. The summary is brilliantly put across. First and foremost, you can only tell a man who wants to listen to you. For the past 15 months, it is clear to everybody who cares to understand that this president and his team are listening to nobody but to themselves. And when you listen to yourself, you belong to what is called a mutual admiration club. You think that what you're doing is so fantastic, but the rest of the world, you are completely disconnected, cut loose from them and their reality. So I don't know what is going to happen for him to listen. Apparently, he has not listened the first day he turned out the removal of subsidy. He has not listened the day he was in China when he talked about, I heard there's a news floating around that the price of products, petroleum products has even increased. So casually. He's not listening because he put out a speech when people are protesting that is insufferably deficient in proclamations, in directives, and some clear guidance of what to do. You talked about the IMF. The journey started precisely in 1986 or 1987, the Structural Adjustment Program. That's an IMF PL. The new liberal mandate is actually to decapitate the social order of the state. The responsibility of the state to protect citizens. They want the state to retreat. And as you said, economy that is not productive, you then want to do what? Overcharge that economy. In ways and manner, it cannot withstand it. Everywhere in the world, from the 70s and 80s, look at 1980, when we had the Olympic Games boycotted by US against Russia. What happened? America had to pay billions to their farmers in order to burn the products they produced but could not sell. Today, farmers are protected. Today, you have a lot of tariffs across the Western world against China, against other nations, to protect vulnerable groups. In a sense, therefore, if you want to apply the neoliberal mechanism of managing the economy, it will not work. It's not worked anywhere. It's not going to work in Nigeria. It is actually will bring disaster, as already we are witnessing the disaster on multiple fronts. In terms of human empowerment, in terms of dividends.
There's so much to unwrap. But my own time is up. It is now yours. So to those of you who have been with us for the past 2 hours, you might have 1 or 2 things you want to add to this. Then the next segment of this broadcast is going to be yours to do that. So thank you so much, everyone. If you have to go, of course, just make sure that you like the broadcast. If you haven't done that already. And to everybody who want to add their own take to what we have shared so far, when I come back from this break, it's going to be your turn. Thank you so much, everyone. I am going to be back in a minute or 2. very much. Yeah, if you haven't really liked the broadcast, please do. It's just a click, right? Just a click. And then you can be back in the comment section, okay? And you can continue with your comments. Also, if you have any means of supporting the platform, Mayegun's Diary Politico, you can buy me a cup of coffee. It's $5, right? And there is a link in that comment that will kind of help you do that. Thank you. I have my first caller on the line. Hello.
My king.
Oh, Prince. Prince Adebayo from Sweden. Is that you?
Yes, yes.
How
it's your boy.
Today, Baba?
My king, I did okay. My king. There's a reason why I call you king.
I know.
I think I told you last time.
You did.
It's because you have superseded in an era where there is no truth. Nobody can stand his ground and speak the truth the way it is without minding tribe, religion, or friendship. I see many times you say
you want to kind of propagate all of that. I appreciate you for acknowledging that, Baba. Thank you.
Exactly, Baba. You have superseded a lot. A lot of people will look up to. They at the last minute something, one comma could just come out there. You know, but you have been steadfast. I thank you for that. That's why you are a king. Now, Baba, today is like anytime when you give us this our regular tonic, I kind of feel like these people, these our leaders, is like they want to change the normal thing to become. They want to remove normal thing finally. It's like they are pressing forward
it's like
with all
abnormalities, which is
yes, exactly.
Today.
Exactly.
Normalizing
how
abnormalities.
Yes, now how can Adam Soshomole, who was former NSC chairman, be pushing for somebody that cannot speak proper? He cannot. Let's just say, okay, English is not our language.
Leave English, sir. This is not even like speaking English. He can't communicate.
Exactly. Another Olodo, just like what this criminal did in Kogi State. Now they no longer need anybody who can even manage to hide this thing. Now they just need anybody that can be lawyer. That means if no even finish primary 6,
no matter anymore.
As long as he can be lawyer, that's all what they need. They just need somebody who is a zombie that cannot even express himself. In fact, I think the guy just want to continue ruining that thing. Yes. And another case again is the case of Tinubu's wife. So upon all the stealing that they have been doing, now that one now came with one Ankara or something. That is what is our problem right now.
Yes. For unity.
For you. for unity.
People will rule Lagos. She's been senator for almost 12 years. She was a first lady for 8 years. Right?
Baba. Yes. Baba, the problem in our country, I used to think it is 5%. But the problem is 99%. It's like the only people who are normal are the ones who are abroad. I don't know whether that country still get life. Do the people in that country know that these things are wrong? Do they even understand that?
Knows.
Somebody will just say the problem of Nigeria now is unity Ankara. Unity Ankara.
This time.
Another one is trying to put governor a person that cannot even express himself. If you talk, they will give you rice.
And if you don't take the rice, you are called the enemy of Nigeria. Why do you hate Nigeria, self? Instead of you to pray for Nigeria, why do you always talk bad about Nigeria? People when they suffer in the hands of their oppressors, so asking you stupid questions like, why do you always talk bad about Nigeria? Why is it that you don't see anything good about Nigeria? I'm like, what? Can you please point out those good things? Please.
But and like that caller Charm used to say it every time. That is where what we should be looking at. You see, what Charm used to say about our problem is no longer just Nigerian problem. It is the outsiders that are seeing these things and are accepting the leaders. In any country that Tinubu go to and they welcome it, you know that that country is part of the people that are keeping us down. Because one, they sent their observers during the elections and they saw, and the observers said it, that the election was very bad. After a while, the observers started to change. They say it's not that it's bad, but there's room for improvement. There's no room for improvement. There was nothing good about the election. That was their way of trying to accept the election, just because they know what. Yes, yes. The worst one is America could not release Tinubu's profile.
Criminal record.
Sure, you see. Yes, it's criminal record.
They did release it, they redacted his name out of it. Like,
they redacted it. So you see people that are holding us down. Those are the people we are doing. Our problem is not Nigeria, because if our problem is within Nigeria, it should have been fixed. Because the military, there are some people who will resist. The problem is deeper. The people that are holding us down are the Americans and the British and the other connivers, all those places. Even Germany, where you know all the places Tinubu is visiting, those are the people. Even France, they are the people holding us down. You see that pipeline they are putting from Niger Delta that want to pass Niger to enter Europe, to finish us finally. To entirely finish us. Because Europe is already gone. Europe is gone. Share pipeline here, Loffe revive Europe, because they're never going to get gas again from Russia. No. So Nigeria is their hope. Chetiri, plus all the other, tell me all this banditry that's going on. Who are the people who are going to invest in those gold mines? It's not foreigners.
Yeah. They are the ones who
you see how they are sold
blood resources.
Blood, exactly. So they don't mind how many people they use the Nigerian government to wipe out in Niger Delta so that the gas will be coming to the Europe. And the gold now is now the new bride. Anything that comes out of that ground, they will send their people, they will use the military to send people out of their ancestral land and take it. So you see why Nigeria is still Royal Niger Company in a different form now. So you see it, we are gone. What it everything, letter, grave. Nigeria, what it everything. You see, people are holding us down. That is why we are where we are. That's why those useless people. Osibanjo was singing. What's that? Everybody will chop breakfast. Otiri, he knows what we are going through. Last, everybody don't chop the breakfast. Even these fools that are there now, they are sending their children abroad. They are just milking. The country keeps giving.
I don't know how people are going to survive this, because they can't. The only way is that
look at what we are dealing with.
People understand that there is no body coming to save them, and there is no way out of this until they actually break themselves free. Well, we are done for.
We are done for, Baba.
Thank you so much. I'll take another one. It is what it is. For those who probably think they can pray their way out of this mess, no, you can't. For those who think that they can possibly wish it away, no, it can't be wished away. Every day, Mayun will continue to remind us and even show to us that we are done for. And as long as you indulge these criminals and you keep indulging them, you can predict what the end goal is going to be at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Prince. You have done your part. I'm going there. I think I have another caller now. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Oh.
General.
Dan, how are you?
Good evening, sir. Yeah, long time. How is it now?
Same old, man, same old.
How is the family? How is London and everybody over there? Okay. But that court is fine, and I was not fine. Yesterday I was trying to call you about what happened sometime before yesterday to update you about this IYC problem. Brother, just
Joy Youth Council election.
yes, just I don't understand. Just small election, and these people are not even doing anything to develop these areas. And then what they do now, they go to shoot each other. Yes, go to machete each other and kill each other, cause catastrophe and everything. I just I don't just understand. And up till now, nothing has been done. Nobody's apprehended, and the people, yes, and the people who did all of this just went, like, as of now, they are moving around, going scot-free. For those Nigerian youths and the rest persons there, they have been injured and some of them have been killed. Just like that. Everything has been swept under the carpet. Brother, we thank God, Sha. But me, I just know that anything concerning this IYC or NDDC, me, I don't used to involve myself in all this matter because I know that all of them, they are failed. They are failed.
Yeah, if you don't get an extra life, you stay away from their violence.
Yes. Yeah. No. I'm not in for that. And one of that thing in Nigeria at large, this EFCC looking for Yahaya Bello and Yahaya Bello submitting himself, and the EFCC.
The whole drama. That's where we started this evening.
We have not followed the due process. It's just quite funny. And later, what I hear that they say they have stormed the government house or something like that.
Yeah, the Governor's Lodge. I
think that people are just fool in this country. But they are placed unwanted. And then when the person came in, because he came in with a big God, let me put it that way, and then walk to you. Look at the audacity, like let me just say, in America, they are looking for you. You have been placed unwanted, and you are going to the police station to go and submit yourself. And then they are telling that you have to go and follow the due process. And the protocol left. You have to go and follow the normal protocol. My brother, I don't know what to do again in this country. I would have said, hello?
Nigeria is not a real place. That's mostly what we see now. It's not a real place. And I said that
and this morning too, I'm glad that you flashed that too on man. I was talking about how the present president who come from succeeded in solving and jeopardizing the integrity of the Westerners, that is the Yorubas in this country. This man doesn't act seriously, and me, I'm afraid.
It keeps going back and forth.
Hello.
Yeah, your line is really terrible. Okay, the communication is not flowing. So I have another.
Hello.
Hello there. Mama Echo.
The general.
My lady, how are you this evening, ma?
The general of truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Truth to them, Corona, so.
Only for those who can handle it. There are those who remain on
More
the platform.
Grace to you. More grace to you.
Amen, ma'am.
More grace.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am.
My boyfriend, thiefnubu, boy. Reset the brain. We are seeing it. We are enjoying it. And the pepper soup you gave to the men so that they cannot ride their motor anymore and carry my daughters and begin to do mumu with them. Thank you. And your curriculum, when all the men, when they're supposed to close from work, may they go tell my daughters and my mommy say they have official duty. No, girlfriend, you want their log be, want their log say, mommy. for making the fuel impossible for them to buy. So all of us go reset our brain. We go reset them all. Reset them well. Tinubu, it came to my attention that man, when he go Ethiopia, go collect Ethiopia Airline, he come painter with Nigeria this thing. Like say we get airline before Buhari come out. They said I never ask a question. All the money when he spend, we need it back. So if we need it back, because if you not bring gun, you don't want to make demand to release my pikin, my uncle, Nnamdi Kanu. If the demand go plenty, and we go make life miserable for all of you now. Now go see am. So I will send you another message on the 24th and next week. Release Nnamdi Kanu in peace. If you not release that, it's not concern you, because they are going to play all this back to you. When it happened, that we pleaded and pleaded and pleaded. Because if you people can release people who have spied people in the north, in the name of Boko Haram, in the name of ISWAP, una release them, come decorate them, say rehabilitation. Una come put them for inside military. They come begin to do expo for fighting insurgency. At the end of the day, una begin to buy my children, say una send them because of 50,000 naira. You know, if you reach 50, you know, reach $40. If I'm allowed $30-something, Abba. Nigerian military that are young, I want you to convert your wages to dollar, make you see what you they fight for. Yet your counterpart for America, when they take Buga, when they want to talk, they go say America when you favor them, but if you don't favor them, they go keep quiet. Take una salary in America. If you dey buy for battle, you go see them honor them nationally. They go buy their casket. They go come give them their flag, the family flag. All of them when they die, they buy, they put now for ground, even forest. Your family are looking for you. They go see, so you see they come back. They not say you don't go. So therefore, I want to tell you people, if they not prepare una well, resign. It is better you save your life than going to buy like a fly. Are you fly? Make sure you to Nubu. Let him go and fight. Yeye Bello, go and fight. All the Okpebholo children, go and fight. Weekend, when the Bugatti have for Abuja, bring your son from America. Let them go and fight. Children, resign. You don't deserve this at all. Let their children go and fight. If they not give fight, if they look for money, collect my number from my ego. I go show you river, not even river, ocean, where you go fetch money from if you are ready to do the job. I want Lucy Bruku. I go take them one by one. Daddy Adeboye, you are due for hellfire because you are nothing but a bloody liar. You lie to the people with your teeth. That's one. If they not pay tithe, they're not going to make heaven. Where they write for Bibles there? You can't lie another one not too far. You can say, a time that says the Lord, a time will come that when you want to travel, you don't need an aeroplane, you don't need a car. You will just say, UK, London, here I come, and you will land the Olodo. Lori Iro. When you need the waka go London, that's what they say enter. Now you have the money when you collect from all these mushrooms when you cross branch. Let me tell you and hear me. All you people when you call yourself redeemer, they are lying to you. If now listen, I won't make my visit.
You only have 1 minute left now, okay? Because the way we do it, okay, you have just 1 minute now. Please use it.
Okay.
Just 1 minute.
When they need money, They go tell una make una donate, bring this, bring that, bring that. Why come be say when una need money, they go say una pray to God. Who now with them? Who get anointed part to pray to God to collect money? Una not see mumu. Àwọn Sakama J 419 Yahoo pastor. Cinema, you are part of it. Oyedebo, you are part of it. MSN, all of una, I go collect my children for now because I give the opium of religion to destroy them when they're supposed to be smart and intelligent, when they're supposed to operate as king and prince, as queen and princess. Children, that is who you people are. Your mama, baby,
so much, ma.
We are going to deliver you.
God bless you, ma'am. We'll do it
I
again.
I love you. I love you.
Thank you, ma. So according to our lady there, she's referring to this. Remember this.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not, the time is coming.
It is also Sakama J. Yeah.
Hello
there.
My good the general.
Yes, sir.
The general. Good afternoon, good evening from here.
Good afternoon.
First of all, I want to thank you for the work you're doing. You're getting better and you're being agile. You're getting more better. We thank God for that. Mayegu.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how to speak Yoruba, but that Nigeria, Otilo.
Yeah, that one is
finished.
So Otilo.
It's finished. I don't know. You haven't get through the social media to see the army, one of the soldiers that was trying to disappoint or whatever, they tried to discharge him. So one of them tried to,
you know, that guy that's sorry, his wife came out to say that he's been locked up for over a year or two now without trial. Now they released the video of why he got locked up, and there is more to that. I saw it.
Yeah. So what happened? One of them tried to get the gun out of him or whatever they tried to do, and all of a sudden the camera went blank. It was like a gunshot everywhere. So we don't know how many people that was killed and how everything went down. So the Nigeria, you see the world Nigeria that we live in, when abomination continue to happen and everybody, even the one they call themselves the government, and they still cover it up. We are in a war. Can you see such a thing happen? And the Nigerian army and the government keep covering that type of things up.
It is only in Nigeria.
There is no, it's only in zoo called Nigeria. And up to now, they still haven't told the so-called Nigerian people what happened. And in front of them, that they recruited about almost 3,000 or 4,000 Boko Haram into the military, and the Nigerian went blank. They normalized everything. Somebody that killed somebody that knows the person that killed their mother will come over the next day and bring a rice and beans on them. They will still champion up. They will still loyal to him. They will still do everything just to normalize there's nothing happened. Okay, now they said they want to do a protest again. Why would you announce when you want to do a protest?
It's called Fearless in October. Showore is now spearheading that one. The last one that happened, they said he was in America. Now he's in Nigeria. So he gave them dates.
Yeah. But you don't supposed to give, when the hunger is catching you and you feel like you are dying, when the death comes to me, it doesn't give me a date.
It doesn't.
It doesn't tell me when I'm going to die. So if they're really in the pain over there in Nigeria, why would you tell government what you're going to do to have them prepare for you? It doesn't happen anywhere. If you want to protest, you can come at any time to protest. If you are really fearless of whatever they do,
leave an element of surprise. And if that's not,
well, exactly, you call them by surprise. You call them unacceptably. You just call them by surprise. You don't have to announce it. And you see what the first lady of the zoo called Nigeria is doing. He's just making another brand of uniform for their party.
You get
for APC.
Just making mockery of the whole place, man. Honestly.
So, and you see what they're doing? They're using Nigerian money and they're using the oil money. It's not the Zamfara good money. No. It's the money that comes from East. They're using to sponsor their habit, their looting and everything. And what pains me most, you see the people in the armed forces, they have the gun, they have everything. And these people just throwing them around. And they never rose up one day to take out of these people. They cannot stand the civilians with no gun, with nothing. They cannot stand it. It's easy to kill them. But this one that's suppressing them, they're putting them where they belong. They're putting them, they're killing their family, they're killing their own grandchildren, they're killing unborn children. They cannot stand up what the Burkina Faso, the Uganda did. And they call them they call us the bloody civilians. What in a war? The country that can see their normal civilians people and their soldier, the armed forces calling their citizens a bloody civilians. Yes. When you are Mayun, everybody have rights for self-defense. It's all over the world. Why can't the people rise up and use that word self-defense and deal with these people? And you see what
they haven't been pushed to the wall enough.
They put them in the grave. Now they're covering the grave. Every person that answered the name called Nigeria, they already buried you right now, if you don't know it. And now you see what happened, the flooding that came up. You're the one that gave that alert, that there was a flooding coming. Even the so-called country called Nigeria can't elect their citizens and see what's coming. And see the flooding, the hurricane, the stuff that coming to wipe out everybody.
When they tell you that a hurricane is coming, you begin to see government evacuate people. They will be walking around those areas, preparing, getting ready.
They will do
nothing.
They will do everything in their own power to do that. They will not do. That is the reason why anybody listen to news in that so-called Nigeria called the media, we are gone for life. Because that's what they're supposed to be pushing and showing people to prepare themselves. And that country is not doing it. And now people about to wipe up again.
Very soon, and you see people losing everything, crying, oh, please, God come and help us. No, God is not coming to help you.
They're killing them for every power there. They're killing them by hunger. They're killing them by flooding. They're killing them anything they can get their hands on. And now you see what happened in the Kogi. I mean, I don't know if people don't watch some mafias movie. When you see Acapone, you see where these secret courts have their own mafia, and these secret courts have their own mafia. Now they want to do a drug trade, so they have to make sure they carry their own gang, and this one have to make sure they carry their own gang for their own self-defense for their masters that are killing them. That's exactly what's going on between government and the so people call themselves another government. Let them understand that Nigeria is done and everybody should be rise up and protect themselves. Let me leave you right here. Thank you very much.
I mean, we will be here in our own part.
Thank you.
Hopefully, they will grab the message sometimes and save themselves. See, thank you so much. You have a good one, okay?
You too, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Here is another caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Mayun. Good evening.
Oh, that's our lady. Charm. Somebody mentioned you earlier this evening. You might need to mute the program since I can hear myself there.
Oh, I don't think so because I'm not. You're on mute already.
Okay.
I believe, yeah.
I don't know where the echo is coming from. I can hear myself speak out again. So I'll let you do your thing. All right, please.
Okay. I just wanted to add my voice to, I think, the many people that have called in regarding, first of all, this Remi Tinubu, ridiculous. I don't know how anybody can come out and, do something so inconsequential, nothing that is going to add value to anybody, and, be so bold as to come out in the public and actually speak, and tell people that this is, like the person that was talking, as in, what was I supposed to do? So if I clothe myself in that unity fabric, what then happens? Do I transform into something else? Does it buy me fuel? Does it resolve any issues for me? What does it do exactly?
Does it feed them? I mean,
does it feed them? To what end? And that's why when people say, a lot of people call in and say, you know what, this people that have been leading or so-called ruining Nigeria have absolutely no clue. The things that cause us to be where we are just the injustice of the day, the unwillingness of people who come into power to resolve those injustices, because they want to benefit from the injustice themselves, and then you go around and you say you went to Zimbabwe and you were inspired to do cloth. Do you know what? There are sometimes you just feel like, can thunder just come down and strike people? Do you understand? Can it just come down and strike people?
Oh, thunder, where are you?
Of our greedy leaders. Oh, thunder, where are you? This is the time you are supposed to strike, so that you eliminate all of them, so that you have peace in our nation. Or join them in one aeroplane, so that it will crash land in the course of their agenda.
Honestly, I mean, listening to her with the eloquence with which she expressed that stupidity is even the most annoying part of it, And then you have people who are there and they'll be clapping and say this is something good. I just, those kind of things really, really piss me off. Honestly, it really does. And then you have this Edo State gubernatorial election, and I'm like, for goodness sake, I can't believe that they have the animal boldness to present an illiterate, a stark illiterate, a stark illiterate without even any remorse, there's no remorse, no nothing, just you're presenting him as the best option for the people. You're saying that this is person who has been a senator. If that man is actually a senator, it's shame onto you people. Like in the whole of Edo, I think growing up as a child, Benin people were known as one of the most intelligent, the whole Bendel. Do you understand? Because it used to be called Bendel. They were one of the most intelligent people we have in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And then you bring a stark illiterate to come and represent a state
like a whole political party, a whole senatorial district. That's the best they could get.
That is the best that you could get in the whole of old Bendel, for goodness sake. And then you have people who have the audacity, the boldness to come and tell you that this is the best person for your state in this 2024. What is your track record? What is the track record that this man has that he's helping people? That's the problem that we have. You're helping people, you're thinking, well, is that what governance is supposed to be about? That is another problem we have. The total and absolute ignorance of governance and what it's meant to deliver. That's why you have the audacity to come and present an illiterate and tell me that that's the best option because he did borehole and he helped people.
No, he loves the people. He loves his people. That's why.
He loves his people.
He loves them. Not the people who are not.
Do you know what?
Them who want to come and now inherit something. So no, we don't want that. He loves the people. He sunk boreholes. Those are his track record.
You've loved the people into poverty. You've loved them so much that you've given them no education. You've loved them so much that they have no infrastructure. You've loved them so much that there's no working hospital in that state. That is how you love people. You love them into poverty, into early graves. That is how you love people. That's how you love people in Nigeria. Until you kill everybody, then that's how you tell us that you love us. We don't want to even know we don't want to know what it's like for you to hate us. Because if this is how you love us, I don't want to even see hate. Because hate to mean something else. Then you have, again, I keep saying that this Western world, and I think the first caller who mentioned my name just said the same thing. They keep keeping this continent because they know exactly, and I like the point that he made, because a lot of these Western countries, Western nations in general, anybody that calls themselves first world country, their wealth and everything is built on the back of an underdeveloped Africa. As long as Africa remains underdeveloped and they can do as they please, in that place, take away any resources that they want, do whatever they want, it is for in their own best interest, is their own good. Imagine building what they call it, pipeline all the way from Delta to Europe, for goodness sake. And whilst we're here doing all of this nonsense, all of the things that are going on around the whole world. The world is playing chess. Guess who is not playing? Guess the only continent that is not, the only people that are not playing the same chess game that they are playing. Africans. We don't have any. We're not invited. Right. We're not invited. We're not in the
pawn on that chess
table. We're not in the room where it happens. We're not doing anything, and still in 2024, right, you still want to present a stark illiterate so that we can continue, living in poverty. Mayegu.
We will continue to remind everyone that until something is done and done by us ourselves, right? We are more or less like just waiting to be killed or die until something is done.
Waiting to be killed or died, and as long as we have no consequence, and they can come in there and roam around.
Nobody's coming to rescue us from anything.
Thank you, Mayegu. No one is. So we are the ones that are supposed to come and save ourselves. There's no time for waiting for people for us to tell United Nations this is what we do. We need to also grab it from them. Tell them, no, enough is enough. You cannot come to my country and tell me what to do, how to look, how to behave, how to think, because we have the capacity to do so. Okay.
Thank you so much,
Mayegu, please, well done with what you are doing. Carry on. We are behind you.
Thank you so much as well for your contribution as always. Okay. Here is another caller, and I bet this must be Austin. Is that you?
Yeah, Austin. How
are you, sir?
Oh, well, this country, if they say Otilo, Lodge, it is finally gone.
Too far.
The end. I say end. Don't party. Okpebholo cinema. End. The man. You see, the issue right now is there was a video. I don't know whether you're the one that showed it. Mayegu, you need to go and look for it. Right. This Abacha's SC, I forgot his name, that was trying to contest for election. There was a Mustafa, yes. There was a video I watched when he analyzed all the mineral resources Nigeria has, and when this guy they killed in was it not Libya? Gaddafi. Gaddafi and Abacha were in kind of a seamless connection that will change Africa. But these white people would not want Africa to go free. The key to Africa was Libya and Nigeria. Those two countries have very, very strong energy to change the entire continent, but the whites will not. The only problem the Nigeria is having is they have been able to select the demons in Nigeria to rule us. And that is why Kolu can have the nerve to tell us he wants to fly to US for a meeting, but he needed to stop by. A criminal being looked for in US, they can't arrest him because he's doing their bid. Nigerians, if there's going to be any protest anytime, any soon, they should not beg you to join this protest, because I am not in Nigeria. I can imagine how I'll be doing now. Not talk of people living there. It is insane. They didn't want you to go to school. They have increased for it because they know your children are going back to school. You can't pay school fees. You are struggling. It is no more school fees now. It is transport to school. It is finished. Nigerians, it is finished. And Kolu always say, he has heard us, but there's nothing he can do.
A lot of people didn't read enough meaning to it. When he said that, we have to reduce their purchasing power. It was the biggest threat. Now,
you know what funny thing?
We reduce the purchasing power of the people. We can further slow down the economy. Let's widen the tax net. Those who are not paying now, if it is inclusive of Bola Tinubu, let the nets get bigger and we take in more taxes, and that is what we must do in the if
the purchasing power of more than 70% Nigerians have been taken away from them. Look at them today.
Yes, now the day he said this thing,
they clapped for him. The day he said it.
And they clapped for him. The day he said it, I was shocked. And the people part was people were shouting and clapping. And now the economy is not even slowing down. They have rewind the economy. No, they didn't slow the economy down. They rewind it backwards. It is backwards. Well, thank you.
Thank you too.
Nigerians, Ochilo.
Abi,
thank you.
Here is another caller. Hello there.
Oh, got you at last. Got you at last.
Yes, you
Daddy Gio.
Yes,
Daddy Gio. How you doing?
I'm very well.
This is David. This is David from Texas.
Yeah, David. How are you, sir?
All right. I'm fine. And you? I see you recover. I've been trying to get in since ever since you came back from on air.
I know.
Thank God for your recovery.
Thank you so much.
You're recovering good now. Now you say you're feeling good.
I'm getting there. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank God. Thank God for life. Yeah. All right. Anyway, you see, Mayegu, there's a lot of thoughts in my head. Sometimes I don't want to let them out on your platform, because you see these people that are in control of Nigeria. This is what they are watching for us to keep bringing out their secrets, but they know we can't get there. So it's like sometimes there's the things I don't want to say, because I kind of look at what these people are doing. Are they really humans when they do it? How do they feel? Look at the environment.
I mean, I do.
Look at the environment.
What I told myself is that these people actually hate Nigeria and Nigerians, but Nigerians don't know.
It's not. Yeah, it's not that. What I thought, one of your callers just said about 2 or 3 callers backwards said something like that. You see, there are people that are really holding this country. And again, it's like they have a shareholder in Nigeria. And those shareholders, because they don't want to lose what they have, they betray their people. That is what I see, that the way Nigeria is being run. The way I see it, because if you watch, most of all of them in power, none of their children is in Nigeria. They all have dual citizen everywhere. So they don't really care about their home. They don't really care. And again, there's a thing I vision. I don't want to say this because I know this really, they know that is what we know. So sometimes because you see,
share it.
Yeah, okay. See, you know one thing I noticed about this country.
Right.
Do you know why they can never release Nnamdi Kanu?
Tell us.
Nnamdi Kanu speaks to the people and wakes their anger. If Showore doesn't have that thing, Showore is also attacking these people that they know that what he's saying cannot reach the people. If we have somebody like Showore again, that is why they can never. Even the British people told them, don't release this guy again. Let him just be there. It is not even them that is holding them. It is the condition they're giving them.
Connecting with the people.
The guy,
from him. Even if you don't
the
like
guy
him,
will break it down.
He can speak directly to your subconsciousnness enough that even if you don't like him, you'll be agreeing with him, and you'll be getting ready. And the secret, that's why they will never release that man. That's why I said I don't want to say this on air, because it will really, they know what we are going. If Showore, if Showore was somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, they wouldn't allow him to be. He just, Showore is good, but as well.
Showore is good, but Showore is good, but they know where his limit is. These British people, these British and the American, they know. They know. The least they'll do, if you know that you don't want to, they will kill you. They will kill you quietly. And they have their shareholders they have in Nigeria. I just don't know how to say this on air. The way these people are really treating the citizens of that country is not fair. How can you just be taking everything out? Taking everything out, you don't even care about the home where you come from. That's why they don't go to their country home no more. They are just from Abuja, Lagos, or big township to abroad. They have everything in abroad. They don't go to their country home anymore.
Because most of
that's why you can see.
No longer habitable.
Yeah, but they don't care, because how can you have all the whole senators of Nigeria stay in Abuja? Where I stay, all senators, you must have a home and you must have lived there 10 years before you can run for senator. But our own senators will be a senator and they will never be in their state. They're all in Abuja.
Senatorial districts.
Yeah, I don't know.
The roads to their communities are not built. The communities where they come from have no running water, no medical facility, no schools, no nothing that is working there.
Let me shock you. Maybe they want to go and bury their mother or bury their father or bury their siblings. They will take a motor car and go over there. If you see the way the military men will guide the whole place where they go, where I come from, if they want to come home for celebration, they will put all army. There you can know that you see this army. There are some uniforms you never see. They say this uniform is so beautiful. I don't know where they bring all those army from. That will protect them. You see, I don't. We short Nigeria is gone. Like the other guy said, Otilo. The way it's Otilo is that unless when we start become barbarians, start eating these people, there's nothing we can do for real. We are only few that know what this.
People actually rise
Yeah.
up.
It's only those. It's only those that are home that will be very, very angry and hungry and angry. All that are in the diaspora, we know the secret. We want to use them. Want to use the book to follow them, but they know that our voice cannot rise than them. They will rather kick us out. But those ones, because can you imagine? Somebody can still come out and be clapping for APC on the campaign, and they have thousands of people.
Even if they bribe you, even if they give you money,
even if they bribe you,
clap for APC, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. I look at the first lady coming out to say people should wear akara, and people are clapping. I don't know the way they do that. Sometimes they say if don't be juju be that.
It must be. David, thank you so much. Let me take
all right,
more
all right, be pleased there.
Before we
go be safe out there, and thanks for your recovery.
And thank you so much as well for always being there too. All of you. Thank you.
All right, bro. All right.
So that's David there from the US, and there is Adiola from here.
How
are you, sir?
My today.
Brother, how are you?
I'm very fine. I think, to be honest with you, I was just, I wanted to call, just to, probably just to add to the whole new Nigerian fabric that they've brought out.
Yeah,
the Nigerian
one Nigeria unity fabric. That's one Nigeria. It doesn't even make any sense, does it?
It doesn't make any sense.
Unity fabric.
Let me even, if you permit me, I'll just probably go, slightly more deeper into what I have observed in terms of what they are trying to achieve. My Gonche, I'm allowed to go deeper.
You have the floor. It's your shit.
There is what you call social fabric. And that social fabric is the network that binds people together, the social relationships, the values, our norms that hold us together as a society. That social fabric is broken. So if you want to go and sow Ashwebi, is effort in futility.
Ashwebi can bring it back together.
Ashwebi cannot bring it back because you are from Ogun State, so when they are weaving Ashoke, strand by strand by strand, till they form the whole fabric. That is how social fabric is. It's like you take a thread of truth, you line it with the fabric. You take another thread of friendship, you line it, take another thread of probity, accountability, you line it. Thread of trust, you line it. But you have wrecked that social fabric. They have wrecked it. They brought their fake constitution into play. What we have is a society woven neck deep in impunity. So the social fabric. So the social fabric is gone. So it's like you are trying to wear cloth to symbolize unity, whereas the real driver of that fabric is broken. So see, but Michael, our effort in futility is not just a thing to laugh about. It's something whereby we need to be aware of the time and the signs of the time we are living. When you cannot fix the fabric, the social fabric, which is the key thing of any society, you will start sewing clothes. Ashwebi to cover it. So we have all the markings that this is the end. So when they say Otilo, you don't go. These are the markings of it, Maigo. If you cannot fix the social fabric.
Like how low can they sink now? Sometimes you feel like it can be lower than this, then they reach another milestone.
No.
They reach another milestone.
Chairman, this is emblematic of the end. Sometimes we need to understand this. You see, Maigo, you cannot fix the real issue. You just pepper over the cracks. Okay, paper over the cracks. Okay, let's pepper over the cracks and just move on. So they're trying to just, fix the cracks a bit by giving us clothes to wear or giving themselves clothes to wear. Anyway, so these are the signs. So when you start saying things like this, Michael, you don't need fasting and prayer. When the clouds gather, you don't need to fast and pray because the rain is going to fall. the rain will fall. So when I saw that launching, I said to myself, the social fabric has been destroyed, and you are there giving us material to wear. These are the signs that we need to see. So for me, I am comforted to see that they are launching National Ashwebi. I am, because for me, it's a sign of the end. It's a sign of the end. Maegun, Baba, good night. God bless you.
Thank you,
Enjoy.
Adiola, good night. Thank you so much. We take this. I love the fact that my callers this evening are always, they are doing it sharp. We have been able to take more and more calls tonight on the program, which is beautiful. Here, Adeza from Edinburgh. How are you, Baba? Did I get you or did I lose you? Oh, I almost lost you. Nice on the program. I think I got you back. Adeza, is that you?
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
How you doing? Hi, how's your heart?
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, let me quickly speak on the matter. Yeah, firstly, let me speak regarding Edo election. You see, I think it is a time for Edo people to excommunicate Adams Oshomole. You see, he started good when we knew him as a labor leader.
Okay.
Most of the things he criticized during Obasanjo then, it is those things that he indirectly is doing now. On different occasions, he has made statements that if Nigeria is a country like this Western world, he cannot even come to seek for a particular position. We know how he helped them win the election in Edo State. We know he said, commit sin, come to APC, you shall be forgiven. That means go and steal, loot Nigeria treasury. When you come, you'll be forgiven. And we saw it in the life of Okpebholo. Understand? You know, he was a PDP member before.
That's right. He was
so he quickly
run. Stole 107 billion naira.
Yeah.
Look at him now. He's working.
He quickly run to APC. He was forgiven. Today is his next president. I think one of the service that Shomole has done to Edo people is by bringing somebody who cannot speak to the audience. Understand? In this, somebody who cannot.
There, right? They themselves actually are saying they don't. There are people who knows that these guys can't address anybody, and to them it doesn't matter. There are those ones who can address people. What did they do? Like they are saying it to people, Edo people that yes, we know he can't express himself, but it doesn't matter. Leave him like that. Like what the hell?
You see, those people that are saying so, you know what? They are so greedy. They are looking at the benefit they are going to benefit. Understand when he become a governor? That's just their thing. They don't have any other issue. Because maybe he's related to them in one way or the other. If when he become a governor, I think they will get contract, they will get commissioner position and the rest of them. That is why some of them are saying. So Edo people should get rid of Ashomole. He has become a problem and a nuisance to Edo people. Yeah, like the thiefnubu issue. You see, 8 years of First Lady has been a senator all these years. Now, when ideas rule the world, the woman has no idea. That's not why you discover that Nigeria as a nation, we are not growing, we are not developing. Because when you see people who don't have idea on necessity positions, they'll keep on bringing the country down. How can you say it is fabric that's going to unite Nigeria? The same woman that was saying that Igbo, criticizing Igbo in Lagos State. So after you are bringing the clothes, you will still come and be doing bigotry here and here. You understand? So it doesn't make any sense at all. When they say the new national item will unite Nigeria, has it unite Nigeria? Now they can't see in the prison. By their new national item, I think they're supposed to bring him out of that prison. Understand? So those are kind of people we see every day. That's why we are not growing. Like the man that said that a time will come, we will not need a plane to go to UK. Let him start. Let's start with him.
Like, it should just tell people, all this congregation, like one day at the Holy Ghost Congress and tell them that I am going to Germany quickly, and then it will just disappear, go to Germany, right there and then. Show it to them. No, we know.
Yes.
God damn it, man.
let me not take much time, like EFCC and Yahaya Bello. You see, I think Nigeria should rise up and go and chase the leaders of EFCC out of that office. Understand? Because those people, they are really, they I don't know how to describe them. Somebody you have declared wanted came to your office, you let him go, you now go back to where they camp him and you want to arrest him. Doesn't make any sense at all to a reasonable human being. And the issue of the governor of Kogi State, keep on following him up and down. And people have a state legislation that are good. They are not supposed to have been impeaching all this why. Because I don't see you following somebody up and down.
That's your governor. So how do you even feel? I'm actually happy that you called in now. Somebody like yourself, you watch all this drama. Like, how do you feel watching this whole thing from far?
I feel embarrassed. I'm telling you, God, for God's sake, you are not the governor. Allow him to pay for his sin. If he has committed an offense, let him pay for it. And we have state, state this. They cannot impeach him. What kind of governor is that? The same thing that happened, like a hiding criminal. That's what the current president, vice president did. That's a popular man that was they were looking for those years.
The guy that committed the Mandala bombing in 2011 or so, yeah? The Mandala bombing. Shokoto. That was what Shetima did. He housed him inside the governor's lodge. Governor's, what do you call it? The Borno State Governor's lodge in Abuja for 11 months. 11 months. And Nigerian police declared him wanted.
And today, he's the vice president. Well, I just pray that our people will rise up. Martin Luther said it and said it all. He said no slave master voluntarily allowed the slave to go until the slave demands for it. I think it is a time for them to demand for all those. Because all these guys, when they do, they go scot-free. There's no consequences. That's why they keep on repeating, like Okpebholo, they say that they should go and strike and that he will be in the house and be eating. If Nigeria descended on him, even burned out his house, by now, I don't think he will have mouth to be saying anything again. How can you say people should go and protest? You'll be in the house, you'll be eating. Senate president. And there's no consequences on it.
So fortunate.
My brother, thank you for your good work.
Thank you so much, too, for your contribution. Adeza, you have a good night, okay?
Yeah.
That is where we are going to draw the curtain this evening. We've had an interesting night. Tomorrow is going to be another day, okay? And thanks so much to every one of you who has contributed one way or the other, either by your engagement in the comment section within yourselves, or those who managed to call in and add their own voice to this segment of it. And to the rest of us who are just like silent watchers, observers, well, we still say thank you to you too. So please, when you leave this broadcast this evening or this night, just don't forget, like the broadcast, okay? And share it. Share it to go far enough to those who need to see it. Tomorrow is going to be another day. Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the night. And good night to you all.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary, Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún diary na ibi number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún diary na ibi number one.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún diary na ibi number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.